back to the Raw Room.
Welcome back to the Raw Room. We tuned in again. You know we coming with another exclusive guest. We got Chantel Tremitiere in the building. Hold on, my bad. Doc. We got Doc in the building.
What's going on, fellas?
Doctor.
I'm good. Y'all all right?
Oh,
yes, man.
You already distracted me. I got a presentation. I'm trying to go down this, and I just seeing all looking at the shoes back there, and I'm like, hey, ooh, don't worry, we gonna get there. We gonna get there.
Yeah, I got a problem with that. I got a problem.
You sound like me, but you born and raised in York, PA. You know what I'm saying? One of 15 siblings. That's crazy. But one of the probably the best things about you and me both. Went to Auburn University.
Come on, War Eagle.
Okay. Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? Now, we got another Tiger on here. He's an LSU Tiger. You know, he one of the lesser Tigers, you know. But.
Chill out.
D-Bates, I know who you are. I've been a football fan my whole life. And so y'all was balling. So.
Yeah.
But I don't even remember. I don't think we lost to LSU. I know we didn't.
No.
The women's basketball team never lost to LSU.
Wow. She wanted. Hold on. She want to talk about wins and losses. Darren, do you want to get in this? Darren hasn't won against me, college, NFL. Nothing. So you know. It's like that. She started it. Y'all want to go?
She didn't say nothing about you. Anyway. So at your time at Auburn, though, while you was hooping, y'all went to 3 Final Fours.
We went to 3 national championship games.
See, now that's something that don't get talked about around campus. Now I ain't know that until I started reading about you.
Really?
Now, explain to me how. First of all, why is that not talked about around Auburn, especially the basketball team just now getting good as far as men's. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time since they, you know, hell, my time on the plains, I'm talking about you can walk in straight off the street. You ain't going to get looked. They ain't going to ask you for no money or a card or nothing. You just walk in.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out how we go.
Right. Now we need help, and we alumni. But, you know, I tell you this, like when we used to play in Beardy's Coliseum, the old Coliseum. And we used to, those teams, like I don't ever remember it not being sold out. Like it was crazy atmosphere. But I'll tell you this, what Bruce Pearl got going on there, you know, with the men's team and Joni Harris with the women's team, you know, they're doing some things. So
and you brought up Joni Harris, and how you feel about her hired as the women's coach?
You know, I love it because one of the first things you talked about, you know, our teams from back then, one of the first things she did was honor Coach Champy, who was our coach back then. And you know, she just did a lot of things for our team. You know, not many people knew, like during my 4 years, we never lost a home game. And so, you know, she just brings that about, and she got a little dog in her. She's coached in national championship games. And so. And
a big upset against number 4 Tennessee.
Tennessee, that's right.
Big
that's
time.
right.
Yeah. Anytime you can beat Tennessee, big.
Right. Yeah. That was our number one rival. Like that's the one that we circled on. We ain't circled LSU. I'm messing with you.
No, I ain't tripping.
I'm messing with you. Yeah, see, I'm messing with you. But yeah, they're I'm excited. I'm excited for her rebuild. I'm excited for Bruce. You know, I saw you had him on last week. You know, some of my fellas on the bunker get on me because, you know, a couple years ago, I was coaching at Auburn. And a couple years ago, I put on the bunker one time. I was like, look, this team needs some more discipline. And I said, Coach Pearl has to be more of a coach and less of a cheerleader. Right. But and, you know,
struck a light under that boy.
Yeah, they were hot.
Right.
And then the other day when they lost, you know, I said that it was coaching. I said, you got 25 seconds left in the game. They just tied it up. The crowd's going crazy. You got the best player in the country on your team. You call a timeout and you get him the ball. You win or lose with him, not a 30-foot shot.
Oh, we talked about that 30 foot.
No, yeah, we did talk about that.
You know, now if it's 3 seconds left, against Georgia, you let him go.
Yeah.
25, you got to get
Kessler up there at the top of the key with you. Oh,
right.
So
got to give a good look.
But you know, Coach Pearl is building something amazing down there. He deserves his $50 million. And so, you know, I just wish that I'm glad that the little drama going on with the football team didn't outshine what was happening with the basketball team.
Absolutely. They tried to make it outshine, but when you left Auburn, you left the Plains, you became an 18th overall pick in the WNBA with Sacramento, right, first?
Yep.
You went on to also play with two-time gold medalist Ruthie Bolton. Now you played with some athletes, some dogs, like women that was real live dogs. Now, I want you to explain to people that don't know, like, you hear everybody talk about the LeBron Jameses, and the Kobe Bryant stories, but you don't get to hear about the Ruthies. You know what I'm saying? I saw who was or Cheryl Swoops, or anybody that you know what I'm saying, you done been around that you got to hoop with. I know y'all do the same thing the NBA players do, pick up ball in the summer, all that stuff. But I want to just explain to people that just don't know the type of dogs you went against day in, day out.
Right. You know, I'm not taking away from anything from these women nowadays, but these kids is entitled.
That's every kid.
They damn to them. They gonna call Child Protective Services on their ass. But when I played, look, and I had to guard Cheryl Swoops. I had to guard Cynthia Cooper and Teresa Witherspoon, and I know Diana Taurasi is a great player. They're saying who the GOAT is. I think she's the Gorn. I think she's the GOAT right now, or the greatest of right now.
Right.
But Cheryl Swoops is the greatest of all time.
That's what I said. Cheryl Swoops is the greatest of all time, bro.
You knew she was going to do that little hezzy to the left.
I knew it was coming.
Couldn't do nothing about it.
Still scored. I'm like, talk so much trash during games. And it was fun back then. We had, this is the first time I met Shaq, y'all. We were playing in Houston, and so he was sitting like when you leave the court in Houston, when you go to the locker room, it's in between the seats, and so he was sitting at the very end. And the first half, I wasn't shooting very well, and he was getting on me. He was like, "Come on, Trim Tree." That's what he was saying. My name was, and I couldn't hit. I hit a couple of shots, but at halftime, I threw it up and made a half court shot. Oh. And so as we're walking out, he was like, "Dang, Trim a Tree, that's the only one you can hit from half court." And I was like, "Okay, I got you." So we come back out. Now, I never met him before. We come back out. I sat on his lap. I put my arm around him. I said, "Big fella," I said, I might not be shooting very well this first half. I said, but my percentage from half court is better than yours. And he been my boy ever since. It was fun, but it was, we went after each other and day in and day out. Didn't matter if it was in season, out of season. We went after each other.
That's what you play the game for, to compete.
That's right.
Oh, for sure.
Now, your time as an athlete, you were superior, you were great, you were one of those up there. Now, to me, though, you are one of the most interesting people post-athletic career. Because for most people, I think a lot of guys and females try to search or lost when it comes to finding out what to do when they retire or when they are done with their 4 years or 5 years of college. It seems like you just like a rocket just took off. It was like yours started in 2001 or wasn't it when you retired, right? When you ever retired from basketball, that's when it seemed like it took off. You over here producing music over there at No Limit Studios and stuff.
Come on.
Who? How did that come about?
Oh my God, it's crazy, y'all. So my first year in the league, one of his business partners hit me up. It was like, "Yo, we want to fly you down to Louisiana because P wants to sign you to No Limit Sports." Right. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, "Okay." Ricky Williams came down. We signed the same day. And so I went down, and while I was doing that, I had a little beat machine. I love music. I mean, I got a beat machine right here, but okay. I love music. And I was like, "Man, how come no one's ever done a remix of Halloween?" Like the right? Yeah. Michael Myers theme. So I was playing with it. I was like, "Oh, this might be banging a little something." So I was like, "You know what? I'm bored on the plane. Let me do it on the plane." So when we would get down there, we signing all the paperwork. Now I'm with No Limit Sports, and I'm like, "P, yo, why don't you listen to this real quick, right? He put some headphones on. He listened to it. He don't bob his head. He don't do nothing, y'all. I'm like, oh, this shit. Ooh, I ain't allowed to cuss.
What you mean? This the wrong way.
Disclaimer. You get to say what you want, how you want, when you want. This the wrong way.
Okay.
Come on now. My cuss words for you.
Hey, right. We need it. We need it.
Yeah. So he didn't say shit. I was like, yo.
But that's how you know. That's how you know somebody really listening.
But I didn't know. Put somebody
on music, they like.
Yeah. See, I didn't know then.
Yeah.
Okay, you ain't really.
Hey, see, his face was like this. I was like, oh, okay. And everybody around was like, I was like, yo, this trash. He was like, okay. He was like, that's cool. Let's go play. Let's go play some basketball.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let me put this beat machine aside because he don't want that shit. So we went and moved or whatever. And so afterwards, I went back to the hotel. He called me like 9:30. He was like, Shan, look, you want to come see us? We going in the studio. And I'm like, hell yeah, I want to see you on the studio. What's up? I got work. Right. And he like, oh, yo, bring that little beat machine you got with you. And I'm like, okay. So I brought it, and Mystico was in there, C Murder, Silk the Shocker, Mia X, all of them were in there. And he started listening to it. He plugged it in. One of his producers, Kai, started messing with it a little bit. They started doing it, right? And everybody in the thing was like, oh. So I was like, I'll try to be like P, y'all like.
Well, you playing with me right now. What's going on?
Right? So then he goes into the studio and he goes, hoo-hoo. Like that was the first thing he said, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, the fuck? So he did it again, hoo-hoo. And I was like, hold up, can I say something? They were like, yeah, hit it. I like, P, I know I ain't no musical genius like you, but you can't say that. He's like, what? I said, you want that to be the hook? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you can't say that. He said, why? I said, man, this makes you sound like a bitch, right? Everybody in the studio got quiet. Like, right? So then, they changed it. I heard hootie hoo, right? But I didn't hear much more because it was getting late. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, man, I'm tired, bro. I'm going back to the hotel. So the next day I was like, yo, P, how'd it turn out? Whatever. He threw out some paperwork. So I signed the paperwork. He got the rights to the song and everything. Yeah. He was like, I ain't gonna let you listen to it until you hear it on the radio. Ooh. I'm like, okay. So a couple weeks went by. I'm like, yo, man, did they just dog me out? Can't be, because they represent me on the basketball court. Yeah. I'm driving in my car one time and I heard dun, dun, dun. I was like, this is I was screaming in my car, y'all. And I heard it and I was like, right afterwards, I called C Murder. I was like, C, what? I just heard the song. He was like, but did you really hear the song? I was like, no, man, I just listened to the song. It came on the radio. He said, man, you got to find it again. Wait till you hear the third verse. And so P sent it to me. And I heard the third verse and he said my name in the song. And so I was talking shit ever since. Yeah. That's how all that came about. Hell yeah. But then I ended up in Utah. Then he had to be fired. I didn't want to be in Utah. So I
oh, shit.
That's live as hell. You don't hear shit like that.
Right. That's live.
But you went from producing music to one of the weirdest athletic movies I've ever seen before as a child.
Oh, yes.
Now, first of all,
can we talk about now? Wait a minute, y'all fellas, hold on. Bruh, this right here.
You already know.
That wasn't my shit. That wasn't me.
You already know what I'm talking about.
Yo, that was not my move, bro. That was not mine.
I do know there were plenty of hoopers on set.
Right.
That could have been like, oh, wait.
Oh.
Man, don't let that shit happen, bro.
Right. They hired me to be the basketball coordinator, right? One of my friends was doing another movie and she was like, this movie's coming about. I want you to hook you up with the producer because they're looking for a basketball coordinator. I'm like, bet, I'll do it. So my job was to get all of the girls in the movie. Mm-hmm. And then the extras, what they were doing or whatever. They had an actual basketball coordinator for the twins who trained them and everything. And I was like, bruh, I tried.
They must have never picked up a basketball before.
They never did.
I've never played basketball before, so let's be honest. They didn't have any skill.
And you know what's crazy is when I read the script, y'all, so I wasn't supposed to be in the movie.
Yeah,
so I read the script and I saw this one where somebody's supposed to get a coach. So I went to the producer. I was like, yo, have you cast for this role yet? And he was like, no. I was like, yo, you got to let me play it. And he was like, yo, it's written for a man. I'm like, yo, I play this part better than any man you got. I promise you.
Yeah.
He was like, you know what? The director will be here tomorrow. We'll have you audition. I was like, bet. He's like, you aren't nervous? I said, for what? It's basketball.
Right.
So they brought me in. I looked in the door. There was like 4 people in there. As soon as I walked in the door, I went right into character. And I acted like the director was the ref. I was cussing him out. I picked up a chair and threw it at him. Like it didn't hit him, but I threw it at him.
Right, yeah.
But I figured I'd do whatever.
Yeah,
and right after I done, he was like, you got the part. And I was like, bet.
Yeah.
Bet. But nah, y'all, come on now. Ain't no black woman did that move.
I know, but I see it always tagged to your name, so I had to be like, okay.
Yeah, we had to break that down.
I seen it too many times with your name.
We had to break that down.
Nah, that ain't fellas.
How did you become a tester for Nike?
Well, I'm actually not a tester.
Okay.
I'm a test analyst, so I recruit testers.
You recruit testers.
Yes.
Okay. So we had it all misconstrued. You the recruiter.
So, it's kind of, but what happens is each year Nike has what's called the WIN program, Women in Nike, and they bring in individuals that used to play in the WNBA. We go into the interview process, and there's different type of jobs, and one of them is a test analyst, and it basically is if a shoe that's coming out in like 3 years or 2 years, and it's not coming out for 2 years, but everything's made and it's a brand new shoe or whatever. Yeah. They send it to us and we get guys and girls, men and women, to test out these shoes to make sure that, the shoe doesn't blow out, to make sure the traction is good and things like that. And so when I first got there, they didn't do a lot with women's testing, basketball. And so the great thing about Nike is they let me do that. I said, why don't we test more women? And they're like, okay, let's do it. And a matter of fact, you don't even have to come to Portland to do it. You can stay in Atlanta. I'm like, bet, because the Hoopers is in Atlanta. Right. So, we built up a pretty good program so far. And we're hoping to maybe one day get a Nike league down here in Atlanta. And,
I feel like that should have been happening.
Right.
True.
But Nike
for sure.
Pick and choose. And they've had leagues before other places. But, they got to pick and choose. And then this pandemic, messed everybody.
Oh, yeah. No, this messed everything.
Now, I think one of the coolest things before all this graphic design and digital art really got the booming where it is today. In 2005, you took your digital arts, mine's Blank Myers. You took that in 2005. Like, what made you possess you to think in 2005 that we're gonna take some graphic designs and hey, I'm finna make a company and that's what we're finna do. We're finna design some graphics.
I've always been like a creative person, and but I couldn't. I wanted to go to school to act. But Auburn, they ain't had no acting. I mean, I wasn't gonna.
I was in theater class one time.
Which I don't know.
Man.
Yeah, we know what happened in the theater class for the
old school drama, Shakespeare. Come on, bro. We not believing that.
But I can't say Auburn didn't make me an actress because Octavia Spencer was in school the same time I was, and look where she is now. But my brain has always been like this. Like I want to do everything. I want to create mobile apps. I want to do movies. And so I was like, let me just call it blank. And so I said, blank minds. Within its emptiness lies its infinite substance. So I'll be able to take blank minds and make whatever I want out of it. And that's how I started it. We still rocking with it now.
So where is it now?
It's in Atlanta.
I'm saying like as far as like where is in this stage of this company?
Oh yeah, okay. We do mobile apps. Still do graphic design, video production.
So it's basically like just an umbrella for a whole bunch of other shit that you got that you just streaming through that like a little network and little platform.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And they're gonna produce along with, because I've done some stuff on I Am Athlete with Brandon Marshall and Ocho Cinco.
Yeah. Right.
And then Blank Minds along with I Am Athlete is gonna launch in a couple months Auntie's house. So, which is gonna be my podcast. But
hey, that's gonna be live.
I'm going like say I bring y'all on, like I'm coming to y'all, and we gonna go to the hood on a basketball court, and we're gonna have some blow up chairs. There's gonna be some blow up chairs. Folks gonna come bring us some food, and we just gonna chop it up. That's
hell yeah. That's
yes sir. Yes sir.
Definitely.
So y'all gotta come on with me.
You dead? Hey, I'm definitely.
No, don't worry about that.
Just stand over to the side and watch. I don't give a fuck.
That's exactly what we trying to get to when we get done playing. You know, so we moving around, do the same thing.
Let me tell y'all, and I appreciate, I've done my homework on both of y'all, and y'all NFL careers aren't over. And and one of the things that I think a lot of athletes, they say, okay, it's all about football. In y'all case, it's all about football. I don't want to think about nothing else till I'm done football. But the problem is you don't know when football is over. And football is one hit and your season and your career is over. And that's why I love what you guys are doing, kind of forging your path during your football careers. So that's going to be a seamless transition. It won't be I'm done now.
That's what I was talking about earlier. As far as that's why I was straight about how you just always doing that, because most people, they don't. That was me for my first 6-7 years. I care about football. I didn't think about doing no podcast, doing anything else.
Nah. Can't fall off.
We getting to the end.
Can't fall off.
So I know where you at with it. But who is your favorite, or maybe you got just one all-time football player? So I know you in the football. You watch football. Who's your favorite football player or team, or it could be a couple?
Oh, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Yes. I know. Loyalty. I hear it.
She couldn't wait. I'm glad our other co-hosts ain't on here. God, he a Steelers fan too. God.
Right.
You know what's crazy is I actually got to go up to see Ben's last game in Heinz Field against.
That was probably wonderful.
Yeah. Montravius got me tickets, gave me his jersey.
Okay. Yeah.
Montravius Adams and because he had recently signed with the Steelers. And it was really, really emotional. I don't really love going to football games unless I know someone that I'm going to see.
True.
Because so many people, it's COVID going on.
Right.
But it was cool to see him, go out with a win at home. But I don't even have an all-time favorite football player. I love Big Ben. Terry Bradshaw. I
would say you look like you're a Lynn Swan type of girl.
Lynn Swan kind of tight. Lynn Swan.
It's true though. Right. Catching that
shit. But nowadays, there's so many personalities and
yeah.
I did want the Rams to win the Super Bowl.
You did?
Okay.
I did.
Oh, you did.
There you go.
Win that shit.
I don't think I would pull for Cincinnati, man.
I was pulling for Joe B. Being an LSU fan. I wanted the young boy to keep doing his thing.
Well, he got some swag though.
He do got
for
some
sure.
swag.
He got some swag.
For sure.
That boy got some swag, bro.
For sure.
All right, how about this question right here? Who you got? Josh Allen or Joe Burrow?
Oklahoma drill. Oklahoma drill. Popped it off.
Right now? Right now. Josh Allen.
With the Super Bowl? Okay.
Josh Allen.
Ooh.
His arm is just...
His playmaking.
Right.
He do it all. I said that's what I told, this was last year, a couple weeks ago, whenever it was. I said that he's basically Cam Newton, just with no melanin. That's all.
Yes, he's a big man. I thought that guy. I was
a huge quarterback.
They would have beaten the Chiefs.
Nah, me too, but I wanted them to win. So if he got it was basically that game was just whoever had the ball last.
Right.
That's who was winning the game. That's all it was. But so let's go and get to the obvious, your trick shots. You know what I'm saying? You do all type of stuff, the challenges. I didn't see you pulling up half court blindfolded, all type of stuff. Now, how did it all come about? How did the trick shot thing start?
When I was in Auburn getting my PhD, I was training a lot of kids. And at the end of every session, I would tell them, all right, let's shoot a half court shot. If you make it before me, the money that your parents give me to train you, I'm gonna give to you.
I give to you, huh? Okay.
Not no ball at all. Because them kids, they want they want money. Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
But in 3 years, they never beat me. So I just shoot it one time, and now I'm teaching at Auburn. And I'm in front of a class of 115 students, and I'm like, hey, y'all on TikTok? They're like, what's TikTok? And I'm like, what the hell? It's old people app or something. So I tell them about it, whatever. And then it just started going a little bit more, and then people started challenging me, and I started doing a lot with Rodney Garner's wife's kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're good friends of mine, and so and then it just went berserk. And then the one that blew it all up was when I did it in Dick's Sporting Goods when I was challenged.
Yeah, definitely seen that.
That was fun, and so it just kept going. I haven't been doing too much lately because I did have elbow surgery, and so I lost a little strength while I was rehabbing. Right. But it's coming back now. I shot one the other day, so we gonna get back in it. But that's what I'm gonna do at Auntie's house at the end of every. Show. You got to shoot against me, and then whoever our sponsor is, if you beat me, like we'll give you like $5-10 grand to your charity. If you beat me.
Hell yeah, your show getting better and better.
She said if now.
I see it. Hey, come on now. If you catch me on a senior night in high school, I will give you 25.
Hey, you better give me 15, 25. I ain't gonna, what am I gonna do when you post me up?
Hey, but see, I ain't no poster. I'm just trying to dunk. I
will tackle you and I will cheat.
Facts.
You'll get your elbow right about that midsection.
And I'm still not even gonna call a foul.
Hey, if my elbow hit that midsection debate, you ain't gonna be calling nothing.
I guarantee that's gonna hurt you more than hurt me. Hey, that's when I braced him. That core, it's over with. None of that.
But we talking about half court.
Half court.
That's all I need. I'm like, listen, I was the
How many shots you need?
I need three. Right. I need 3 warm-ups, and then the 4th one I'm hitting it.
Oh, so you need 4 shots?
No, not really 4, because I really don't even need the first 3. Matter of fact, I don't even need 3.
I'm gonna call it 2 shots. I'm gonna miss the first one, and I'm gonna make the next.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I really don't even want to shoot the first one, because I know I'm gonna miss it. But it's just really just to get my numbers down, my calculation down. I'm like a quarterback. I sit back there. I know, I get my eyes and my what they should teach you, put your hand in the cookie jar. Put your hand in the cookie jar. Okay, yeah.
Y'all keep practicing because I only need 1.
Oh, well, you've been doing this. You should. That's like if I said we're gonna have a drop kick challenge. You know what a drop kick is? Doug Flutie, we drop that junk. I bet you I'll bust you from 30 yards deep. But
you know what I'll challenge you to?
What's that?
Get me from the 30-yard line. Have somebody run a corner route. And first pass.
No.
They're catching it right now.
No. You think you said Antonio Holmes or something?
No. I'm throwing it.
You quarterback. Okay. I thought you were going to pull that thing in. Okay. You dropping dimes.
We can't let that happen. I'm sorry, Auntie. We can't let that happen over here.
Ain't no way.
You ain't gonna let me throw no dime on you?
Listen,
absolutely not.
Beat me in Madden.
Not because y'all played.
I'm just saying. I don't even let my son beat me in Madden. He 8 years old, so.
I'm about to say, no, I spare nobody. My mom's can get it if she step inside the lines.
Like that?
It's like that.
I'm just saying I would challenge you as I wouldn't challenge y'all. Like I wouldn't say, okay.
No, yeah, of course.
I'll play defense on somebody and let me try to thread that needle. Hell no. They don't need no defense. You just run the route. I'll get it to you.
Okay. So you don't even need another route. You pass him home. You just throw that thing. You just.
I'm just gonna throw it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna throw it.
Like that.
Pat gotta do something with his hair, y'all. Tell your boy.
Ooh.
Change it up. Y'all don't tell nobody like that. Like y'all don't tell.
You tell them, but sometimes some guys, bro, they don't care. They like it that you don't like it. They like it that you don't like it, so they gonna keep on.
That part.
So it's like you don't even say nothing to him.
You know where he liking it now though? He's liking it from the couch because he was trashing it.
You spoke on this. You speaking at Auburn. I read something that is crazy to me. Well, I don't want to say it's crazy, but it's amazing. You are the only person at Auburn to graduate, play your sport, go pro in your sport, come back and get a PhD. In 2017, you're the only. That's what I read, right? You're the only person to ever do that.
She said that's what they say.
That's what they say. Now, not only you over here came back and got your PhD, you decided to go ahead and take over a classroom for 50 people?
115.
115 people now teaching business. What type of business?
Dr. Professor.
I taught business, and my business class was so dope because
I thought you about to say my business is mind your business. I thought you were
Nah, my first day when I walked into class, because I had 2 classes back to back, and it was both at 150 kids. When I walked in, and I was like, "How y'all doing? Everybody, put up your phones and your computers, whatever." I just want to let y'all know. I don't know if y'all try to look me up to see what kind of professor I am, but I'm tough. You have to come to class every single day. You gotta. I'm gonna be testing you every week. There's no computers and no phones in class, or I fail you. You'll write notes with a pen and paper, and I'm not going to play none of that. Are we understood? Because if you don't like it, you can get out. And I said, just like this, are we good? And I was like this, I'm just playing, y'all. Welcome to my class. Yo, they was like this.
Hey, Daren, yeah, I would have gotten on up. I would have gone ahead. Yeah.
I thought I was finna fail the class.
Yeah.
And so do you make them call you doctor or professor or both?
They called me Dr. Tremitiere, at least to my face. I don't know what they called me behind my back. But, I try to keep it real. I mean, there was one time a kid, he brought 10 grand into class in a duffel bag. And because I asked them, I said, okay, y'all, bring something to class. Whoever brings like the most craziest, I'm going to make a business lesson out of it. Right? So we did a couple of other ones, and he was like, I got one for you. Plopped it down on my thing. I looked inside, all these hundreds wrapped in rubber band. I said, first rule of business. If a stack of hundreds is wrapped in a band, legal. If it's in a rubber band, probably not legal. Right?
Facts.
And I said, and another thing, you should never take your money and undo. I'm undoing all the rubber bands.
Right.
Never give your money to someone who can take it all under the guise of being a professor, because you shouldn't have brought it to class, but never have your money around a whole bunch of people. You know why? And I was like, young man, you know why? He was like, why? I said, because you can make it rain. And I just started throwing everybody.
Oh!
I said, class dismissed.
No.
Bro,
He got his money back. He got his money back.
I'd have been sick.
Hey, he better be glad he didn't do that in 2009 when Daren Basis was around.
Boy, what?
I would have been sticky feet. That bitch just sliding out on it for about $500. We gonna eat good today.
Let me get that.
He knew how to count, and I was like, if you take that counting into some legit business, you're gonna be all right, son. You're gonna be all right.
What?
Oh shit! Now your shoe problem. Your sneaker problem, your dick.
Sneakerhead.
92 pair, you probably done got more since the last time I heard. Where you at?
Sneakerhead. 90, because there's about 100 and some up on this wall alone.
Right, DB, I was like, 90, that sounds low. We talking.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Hey, but look, that's how I know I'm doing right, because I got the same type of shoe box. That's how I know I'm doing right.
Hold on, wait. Can you spin your chair again? You see that display she got in the middle?
Yeah, don't worry, I was getting there. What are those?
Yeah. Those are the shoes I used to propose.
Oh, okay. You got them just sitting up like
beautiful.
Lombardi, baby. That's what I'm talking
about. Trophy.
These are the latest ones. Folks always ask, what's your most expensive pair, your favorite pair, your latest one? These literally just came today. I don't usually buy basketball shoes, but these are like the new thing at Nike. They the GT series. So this is the GT Jump.
Okay, I have seen a little picture of them.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Them like some LeBrons down there.
Right. Slick. They fight up.
Yeah.
Be all right. But
now you said Nike sending you this and you cop. I see exclusively Nike's back there now. Auburn is an Under Armour school.
Right.
Are you putting those on your feet?
No.
Yep. There we go. Love to see it.
When I was coaching, when I was coaching, all
you had to.
Couple pair of Nike. But if you work for Nike, I can't wear no Under Armour.
Oh,
That's one wall. It's a wall right here.
Oh, wow.
And it's another room.
I was definitely about to say it's probably a room. Or, yeah.
All right,
yep.
So what's your most expensive pair?
I got some Air Max 97 Supremes.
Oh, the red ones?
The blue.
The blue? Oh.
I don't even know where they are. I think this
ones you talking about. I remember the Supreme had that takeover for a while.
Yeah, definitely. She said, I don't even know where they are.
Poop right there.
I got a couple pair that, hold on, let me show you. I got a couple
Shoe
pair.
closet.
These are Supremes.
Oh, yeah.
What them run you? Hey,
Yeah.
we talk turkey over here.
Stack.
Here
comes stacks.
Like Kodak, you remember that time when Kodak was on Breakfast Club?
I hope so.
I hope so.
But they be sending me shoes all the time that they make and stuff like this. Somebody sent me these.
Oh shit.
They just want me to wear them. They just want me to wear them in the videos and stuff. So
damn, that's live.
Big time.
Well, shit, before we get out of here,
come on.
Go ahead, tell the people where they can find you at, where they can catch your book. Oh, this what I did want to ask you. This was my last thing. Now that book you got.
Which one?
With your mama and you. Is that a book that you and your mama wrote together?
Yep. We'll see. I'll tell you real quick. In 2017, she was battling cancer, and she was in the hospital. You know, I even like after she passed, I walked, at Auburn. I told her, because they put the PhD students up front, and I said, the only way I'm walking is if you let me have an extra chair next to me, and my mom could be here. And so they let me, so I put a picture of her watching me. When I went up to get my degree, I took it with me because she's the only other doctor in the house. Yeah. But when she was sick, her and I never left her side. And so one night we was in the hospital and she said, she called me Tell. She said, I said, Mom, do you have any regrets? And she was like, no, I don't have any regrets. And, they had told her earlier that day that the time was coming. And she said, well, what about you? And I said, well, Mom, I'm mad that we were never able to write a book together. And I said, because it's something I've always wanted to do with you. And I hate that I won't be able to do it. And she said, well, not necessarily. And I'm like, what do you mean? She was like, a few years ago, I started writing a book and didn't finish it because I sent it to a publisher to see what they thought about it. And I was too nervous, to put it out in public or whatever. I didn't want people to say, oh, she's not a good writer. I'm like, Mom, you're a terrific writer. And she was like, and I said, well, who is this publisher? Like, give me their number. Let me get in touch with them. And she was like, no, I'm not going to tell you who it is. But if this person finds you or you find this person, it's an untitled manuscript, don't have a title. But if you find this person or this person finds you, then we're destined to write a book together. And at this point, I thought her mind was going a little bit, because this was 3 days before she died. And so after she passed, I wrote something on Facebook, a tribute to her. And 2 days later, a woman called me and we're talking and she's like, well, I'm writing a book and I'd love to put this at the beginning of the book. It's about your mom and things. And I'm like, cool. And I said, wow, this is crazy. She was like, you're a really good writer. And I was like, it's crazy because I had a conversation with my mom or whatever. And she has this untitled manuscript somewhere. And the lady started crying. And I was like, Dawn, what's wrong? I'm sorry. I know it's tough for me too. My mom, she was like, no, I'm not crying because of that. I'm crying because literally I have your mom's untitled manuscript sitting right next to me.
Wow.
And so she was like, I'll send it to you. She FedExed it to me. And then so every chapter that she did about adoption, I did a chapter related to that chapter. I did a follow-up, my story.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And so she always called adoptive parents angels. And so, I titled the book "Those Angels Among Us," and it kept me close to my mom. So,
right. Yeah. That's amazing. That's great to hear. All right, I do got one more question.
Come on.
Oh Lord.
Sha'carri Richardson. She was obviously tested positive for THC.
Right.
And then the girl, the Russian athlete, she tested positive for the P.
Yeah, the young teenage girl.
Young as hell now. PED, not even THC, not even healthy shit. They got the other shit. The kid, she got cook up. But anyways, now how you feel on that? Because obviously, if you see the headlines, obviously you remember how they did Sha'carri, and then this young lady, they made it seem like she just needed somebody to give her a hug.
Right.
And she still gets to compete, right?
Right.
Oh yeah, and she still got to compete, and she still get to compete.
You still get to compete. But we're gonna save face and say that if you win a medal, like if you're placed in the top 3, we're not gonna give you a medal, but you can still compete. Yet you tell Sha'carri, you can't even go.
Right, you can't be there.
You can, and you number 1 at that time. Like you beat everybody at that time.
Yeah.
Right. And this little girl's 15. Like, but Sha'carri said the reason that she was hitting it, which it doesn't matter what the reason was. You know, didn't her mom just pass or something like that? Or somebody just passed.
Right.
So would you not think that, and Sha'carri young too.
Yeah.
But would you not think her not going to the Olympics would affect her too? Which it did. Yeah. But it's going to affect this 15-year-old kid? Shit. That was a black girl in America. Yeah. Her ass be sitting, taking off her skates and sitting.
We already saw that though. We already saw that with Sha'carri, but this I started thinking like, how many times you see Russia and Germany and all these countries that always in some shit when it comes to the Olympics? They always in some shit. Icarus.
PED.
It's always some shit. So it's like they always got their finger and they dabble and touch and they can do whatever they want when it comes to the Olympics. I feel like just because it's bigger to them than it is to Americans.
Right.
Like,
we don't care about that.
We don't give a fuck. Like long basketball win, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? we know we might split with the Caribbean eyes when it come to track. Right. Other than that, Chinese might get us in the track or something. But other than that, we don't give a fuck about that shit. So that's what they do. They care about it. They don't have the big the LeBron Jameses of NBAs. They got boxing. Right. What's his name? Just retired. Klitschko, whatever the fucking name was. But like that, they don't have anything else. So they putting all their coins and their steroids and their children to go compete and try to be the best Olympic athlete. Right. Which is weak as fuck.
Look, it don't make any sense. And the fact that THC, first of all, is legal in a lot of them, in most of America. Yep. These aren't legal anywhere.
Anywhere.
You don't even know what's in it. We don't even know what was in that PED. Like, and why do you need to take one anyways? You're 15 years old.
Because
15 ain't even fully
the other
developed
15-year-olds in the other country.
Yeah, you still young enough to get your little ass whooped.
Right. Let them know IT.
IT, go tell these folks where they can find you at.
You can hit me on TikTok under Auntie Chantel. Instagram is Chantel Trem. Twitter is Auntie Chantel. And Auntie's house will be coming in April.
Let's go.
Yeah, she got over 800,000 followers on TikTok and it's going up every day. Crazy. We trying to get started on TikTok. We ain't got shit.
Y'all need to get on TikTok because y'all put this show on. This snippets from this show on TikTok is.
We working on it. We working on it. We appreciate you for coming on and fucking with us though.
I thank y'all.
Definitely honored.
Oh yeah. Oh, before we got go, when you go back to, I don't know how much you see the football staff. Equipment staff I'm speaking on. If you see Dana, just go look at him and say, Daren Bay said you are a bitch. That's all you need to do. Thank you.
When I see Dana, I'll say it. I'll be like, Dana, you a bitch.
You a bitch.
He's hooked me up with some gear, though. He's hooked me up with some gear.
Fuck Dana. Look, I've been waiting on my shit for the longest, bro. I didn't see other players on my team. I'm talking about Josh Harris. All these boys, they getting their shit. Right. Oh, where my shit. So one day, Zach Etheridge FaceTime me. I'm like, what's good, Zach? And I see Dana bitch ass right there, and he over here giggling. I said, bro, hey, look, don't even talk to me unless you're going to send me my shit. I'm just send you, you mad? Trying to be funny and shit. Look, man, I will slap the fuck out you. Hand my shit and shut the fuck up playing with me. Bro.
I love it. But wait a minute, now, I know they can edit this stuff or whatever.
No, yeah, we go.
One question to you though.
What's that?
Is Harsin a guy?
See, Harsin the guy for me just because he won with the AC in front of his name. He the head coach. So shit. I mean, first of all, I hate that coach can get fired and then get $1 gajillion. So But they're gonna fire him. They'll be giving him what was like 18 or 20 some $1 million after they just gave Gus to say, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not with that. So I'd rather. And I talked to a couple of the players, and they fuck with him, and they told me why they fuck with him. And seniors that's leaving, why they fuck with him. And if they didn't have to be seniors, they would want to play for him instead of transfer. If they were, you know what I'm saying? So
my only thing was one, the administration for me. I think the administration wanted him gone, thought they had cause with all the rumors going around, didn't, and then tried to make up some other stuff to try to get him fired.
And none of that shit was true.
Try to tell him he could leave. Yeah, and so my only concern is this. When they talk about numbers like 141st in the nation in recruiting, the only number that I'm concerned about is the number 0. And that's how many athletes from Boise State followed him to Auburn. No athlete last year or this year followed him to Auburn. And there was a lot of coaches that left at Boise State and Arkansas State. But I don't even blame that on Harsin. I blame that on administrations because you should have vetted this man, period.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I look at it's just more than just obviously Green and Harsin. It's other people that we can't see. Right, like people that can move money that they. That's my
Rain
biggest
and all
problem.
them.
Exactly. Them the people that I got a problem with because you're just making these decisions off your feelings and how you. You don't know nothing about this game. You really don't know nothing like how this shit move and how these players feel and none of that. Right. Or even the coaches, because they the ones that got to come out here and teach these boys and do all this. So if you know what I'm saying. So if you just saying, "Oh, I want this coach," and because this my buddy's buddy and. Like, that's the shit that I don't like. That's why I would never coach in
That's that white man at the top. I don't care what nobody say. I'll say it. I don't care. But that's why they would never let me be AD because I would go into these big money people. I'm like, look, Jimmy Rain, you want to give us $100 million? Cool. To the football.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, cool. But watch this. You can have a say. Right. But you can't have the say.
Right.
There's a difference. I'm going to hear your opinion, but you better understand that my opinion is the one that don't matter. Period. Are we cool? Give me $100 million. Thank you.
And then watch us win. Because now I get to run the show how I want to run it.
Exactly.
That's why I was like, I was riding with Harsin just because I know he got other bullshit. I mean, he could not be the best guy when he was at Boise State. He could not be. I'm just saying from a few guys I didn't talk to player wise, his locker room seemed like they all right with him. Right. So now I got to look at other people to feel like, all right, well,
we're going to see.
They are saying they cool. They don't give a fuck.
Right.
What's up, you know? So,
but now you got to recruit. Now you got to win. Now you don't win.
Hey, my hats out to you for wanting to go back to college and mess with these kids because I ain't got shit for their ass. I ain't got nothing for it. I can already teach and talk to grown ass people, right? I can never coach in college because I got to talk like this. I ain't got time for no kid to be telling me don't talk to them like this. What the fuck you say to me?
Oh, no, I cussed when I was teaching.
Oh, see, that's
shit. Real world shit. Nah,
I see don't play.
I went in sweats and shorts and I ain't never dressed up in that shit. I'm like, you ain't gonna see that business in the real world. Why I'm gonna teach you fast?
Yeah,
I see don't play.
Bro. Nah, bro. I caught somebody cheating and I walked around. I saw him. I was like, "Are you?" I bent down. I was like, "Look, let me tell you something. If you don't get your motherfucking ass up out this chair, because I see you cheating, get your ass up." So he had to go in front of the whole class, sit up right at my desk. Now
Damn. I was talking about some embarrassment.
And still failed.
Oh, if a phone went off in my class, the whole class is gonna talk to whoever's on the phone. One time somebody mama called. Hey, how you doing? Well, he in class right now.
Y'all better not pass a note.
I was a gangster.
I don't know if Courtney still. I know Courtney still worked there. Courtney work in the academics.
Right.
He was my counselor at the time. I would have been there. I'd be like, "Hey, Courtney, can you take me out, take me off her shit?"
Because guess what? On your test I gave him a test every week. It was only 10 questions. I told you what the questions were. If you got 9 out of 10, we had it on Thursdays. If you got 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, you had to come to class on Friday. And if you had a 90 going into my final, you could skip the final.
Oh yeah, you showing big love there. You showing big love.
Yeah, I was chilling. I was real with them, but I'm chilling. But you know, some folk they don't know the difference. They don't feel like the difference.
Yeah, we need way more of that.
For sure.
You know, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real on TikTok. I appreciate y'all letting me come on.
Don't even make this the last time now.
Hey, no, don't worry. We're gonna have you back now.
You already
we damn
know.
sure gonna come back by the end of the basketball season. We talk about. Matter of fact, I'll see you at the Final Four or wherever they take it to. Goddamn, come be at that joint again.
Let's go.
All right, we appreciate you, Auntie.
Thank y'all.
All right, now.
All right. Easy.
If you have something to say and need a place to help you say it, check out the boys at the Raw Room Media Group to get information on recording the session.
Appreciate y'all for listening. Hey, follow us. Follow us at the Raw Room, Twitter, Instagram. Follow me at Wesson_Son56 on Instagram. On Twitter, DB_5Trey.
Follow your boy JC, JCar_11, Twitter, Instagram, JCar_32. And the Raw Room is at raw__room.
Roomies, we appreciate y'all for listening. We'll tune in for your next week. Ease.